aviation. I must emphasize that the most recent ICAO audit program results for Liberia's aviation sector indicate that we are currently below the national acceptable standards. With an effective implementation ES-score of 27.5 compared to the required minimum of 75%. Therefore, our immediate priority is to address the discrepancies and deficiencies identified. Subsequent efforts will focus on long-term aviation infrastructure development and expansion, guided by a comprehensive aviation development master plan. The LCAA, in close collaboration with the Liberian Airport Authority and other key stakeholders, is actively working to mitigate these identified deficiencies while endeavoring to ensure high levels of safety, security, and operational capability. Madam Minister, the successful development of Liberia's civil aviation sector and its associated infrastructure demands significant capital investment, a highly professional and systematic approach, and strict adherence to internationally accepted standards and best practices. Strategic planning, coupled with a highly professional and timely implementation schedule, must be the cornerstone of this sector development program. In the coming weeks, Madam Minister, the LCA will submit a comprehensive strategic aviation master plan. This plan will serve as a definitive guide for the orderly and holistic development of our aviation sector. We extend our sincere gratitude to you, Madam Minister, to His Excellency the President, for honoring our invitation to grace this momentous occasion. Your presence lends prestige to this significant event and underscore your administration's unwavering commitment to the development and enhancement of Liberia's aviation sector. Your participation will undoubtedly inspire stakeholders and the general public, demonstrating the government's steadfast support for aviation safety, security, and growth. To our industry collaborators and stakeholders, distinguished foreign guests, members of the diplomatic corps, government officials, colleagues, and friends, we thank you for your presence here this morning, and we extend a warm welcome to this important event. I invite you all to join us for an exciting week filled with a diverse program of activities designed to engage the public, educate students, and connect industry professionals. Welcome, and I thank you.
Good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to this live coverage here.
Remarks by our partners. We'll begin with Captain Solomon Abinago, who is the representative of the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authorities, Director General
the Liberia Civil Aviation Authority has embarked on its awareness program, and the theme for today's program is about connecting Liberia, the future of aviation. So my name is Wilfred Dorsey. I'm here, and these are all members and other individuals who were invited on the program. So one of the captains at the Liberia Civil Aviation Authority.
Minister, the Honorable Mamaka Ability, Minister of State, the Honorable Minister of Transport, Minister Ralph Salif Tyler, of the LCAA, Mr. Julius Dennis Jr., other special guests, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to express immense honor and privilege in your aviation week within connecting Liberia to the power of aviation. This theme is apt because it captures the very essence of aviation as a key enabler in bringing people and countries together for economic and socio-cultural prosperity. Over the years, aviation has acted as the most seamless means of bridging the geographical gap between people by remaining the fastest and indeed safest means of travel known to man. In highlighting the critical role of the aviation sector in driving Liberia's economy through regional connectivity and promotion of international collaboration, it is important to appreciate the men and women who work tirelessly to actualize this vision. I therefore salute the management and staff of the various government agencies, including but not limited to the Liberia CAA, the various industry stakeholders, international partners, regional safety, aviation safety organizations, and members of the press. The Nigerian approach in brief. Please permit me to quote from the Nigerian Civil Aviation Master Plan, CAMP. The size and complexity of the civil aviation system is based on the air transport needs of the country in support of its current and future economic activities, thereby ensuring growth and well-being of all citizens. The Nigerian aviation sector contributed 0.8% to GDP in 2023, equating to $3.9 billion. The industry directly and indirectly supported approximately 250,000 jobs, underscoring its pivotal role in employment and economic dynamism. Our aviation infrastructure currently includes 24 operational airports, accommodating 28 active domestic airlines, and 26 international carriers operating under 85 bilateral air services agreements. Air transport is a critical enabler for the success of the economic goals in the National Development Plan, and investments in maintenance of and continuous improvements to civil aviation infrastructure and equipment is essential to ensure the capacity of the civil aviation system can deliver to expectation. Other important aspects affecting the success of the civil aviation system to perform optimally are a competent workforce, streamlined processes, a robust, up-to-date regulatory framework, and effective enforcement and oversight of compliance with regulatory requirements which are aligned to international best practices. In Nigeria, we imbibe the principle called ease of doing business without compromising standards. This was a deliberate effort at unlocking the potentials of a thriving aviation sector. This principle involves simplifying the processes of obtaining licenses, permits, certificates, and approvals, while adhering to the highest standards to encourage healthy participation in the air transport business. In conclusion, as neighbors and members of the Banjul Accord Group Aviation Safety Oversight Organization in AVIATION, the NCAA is glad to partner with the LCAA in addressing strategic development and investment opportunities within Liberia's aviation sector at high-level discussions, technical workshops, exhibitions, and networking opportunities. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Captain Abina. We will now invite to the podium. Before let me recognize the doyen of the diplomatic corps, Ambassador of Cameroon, Ambassador Augustine Peng. Welcome, sir.
Ambassador Augustine Peng from Cameroon. The program is also
We will now invite to the podium Madam Musa Bari,
of
She is the Director General of Sierra Leone Civil Aviation.
Chief General of Sierra Leone Civil Aviation Authority. We also have Minister of Transport. We have Madam Editing.
Good morning.
Mike Ability, who's going to
Madam
represent the
Minister of
President.
State, representing His Excellency the President of the Republic of Liberia, Honorable Minister of Transport, distinguished Director General of the Liberian Civil Aviation Authority, and other Director Generals here present, aviation authorities, distinguished aviation colleagues and development partners, good morning and all protocols observed. It is with great pleasure and gratitude that I join you today at this historic event with the inspiring theme of connecting Liberia, the power of aviation. On behalf of the government and the people of Sierra Leone, I extend warm greetings and reaffirm our solidarity in collaboration as neighbors, partners, and fellow advocates for West Africa's aviation development. First and foremost, I applaud the Liberian Civil Aviation Authority for taking this proactive step. This week is more than just a celebration. It is an excellent opportunity to increase public awareness on the essential role aviation plays in regional integration, economic development, and social advancement. As we come together under this topic, we are reminded that aviation is more than simply flights and runways. It is about opportunities and hope. For smaller countries like ours, aviation is a lifeline. It connects our economies to global markets, boosts tourism, and improves humanitarian response and encourages investment. However, it also serves another important purpose. It inspires. Through efforts such as this Aviation Awareness Week, we open the skies of imagination for our young people, many of whom for the first time will be exposed to career opportunities, look forward to being pilots, engineers, air traffic controllers, and play other critical roles in the sector. As Director General of the Sierra Leone Civil Aviation Authority, I fully support the objectives set forth this week, which range from raising awareness and promoting aviation careers to strengthening safety culture and highlighting national achievements. Indeed, the SLCAA is following a similar path, motivated by our drive to comply with ICAO standards and promote regional and backgrounds. I'm pleased to see that Liberia is making strategic strides in aligning with global safety protocols, investing in capacity building, and increasing access to aviation services. I must also highlight the importance of digitization and innovation. As Director Generals of Civil Aviation, we must ensure that we integrate digital solutions while building human capital and forming cross-sectorial alliances to promote innovation in our sector. Activities that will be embarked on during this awareness week will do more than just educate. Young girls and possibilities that aviation offers, we instill them the conviction that the sky is not the limit, it is only the beginning. As we look forward, our collaborations must become even more stronger. Whether through AFPAC or Bagasso or regional navigation safety efforts, the route forward has to be based on a common goal of accountability and trust. Let us work together to construct air transport networks that not only convey people and products, but also inspire nations to dream. To the LCA leadership and staff and partners, I congratulate you once again for this extremely inspiring initiative. Thank you, and may the skies of Liberia remain open, safe, and full of promise.
Thank you, DG, for.
So she's the
We'll now call
Director General for
Executive
the
Director
Sierra
of
Leone
National
Civil
Call
Aviation Authority.
Oversight Organization, Vanessa Short. She is Madam Jaisa Silva.
Madam Jaisa Sabo will also come to the podium to make a remark. Well, this is Kuwor Media Network, and we are the ministerial complex or the Liberia Civil Aviation Authority.
Good morning.
Is carrying this awareness.
State, representing His Excellency, President of Republic of Liberia, His Excellency, the Minister of Transport, Aviation Awareness Week, under the theme, Connecting Liberia, the Power of Aviation. I commend the Liberian Civil Aviation Authority for this timely and strategic initiative that seeks not only to raise awareness but to also stimulate national growth. This is more than a celebration. It is a national moment for reflection and commitment to reaffirm aviation as a driver of economic growth, integration, and national development. Let me begin with a well-established fact. No country has achieved sustainable development without a robust aviation sector. Today, air transport is essential for commerce, tourism, humanitarian aid, and the seamless connections of markets, families, and cultures. Yet, despite this reality, aviation remains significantly under-prioritized in national policies, planning, investment, strategies in many African countries. To acknowledge that investing in aviation constitutes an investment in national resilience and prosperity. Consider the ripple effects of a single international flight route. It generates employment opportunities not only with airlines, but also in ground handling, catering services, logistics, and tourism. Furthermore, it drives hotel constructions, facilitates business travels, enhances agricultural exports, attracts foreign direct investment, increases tax revenues, fosters regional integration, and enhances national visibility on the global stage. In 2019, before the COVID-19 pandemic, aviation contributed over 63 billion of African GDP and supported more than 7 million jobs across the continent. Liberia must claim its share of this opportunity by shifting from aspiration to implementation. Aviation must be recognized as a strategic national priority and placed at the core of Liberian development strategy. This calls for significant and sustained investment in infrastructure, airports that meet ICAO standards, modern and reliable navigational system, well-resourced safety oversight mechanisms. It also requires investment in people, engineers, air traffic controllers, inspectors, and airline professionals must be trained and empowered to perform their roles with excellence. Furthermore, is a forward-looking national air transport policy that is aligned with international best practice and tailored to its socio-economic context. This policy should provide incentives for private sector investment, foster public-private partnerships, and remove bureaucratic barriers that hinder innovation and efficiency. Geographically, Liberia is strategically positioned on the Atlantic coast of West Africa, providing access to major regional routes and transatlantic corridors.
This geographic advantage is significant. However, geographic location alone is insufficient. It's imperative that Liberia establish and maintain a regulatory environment that attracts airline, foster investments, and ensure safety and reliability for both passengers and operators. As Africa advances towards the full implementation of the Single African Air Transport Market (SATAM), states that invest early will lead. Those that delay will be left behind. Those that comply, well-regulated and open will lead the continent's aviation future. Liberia must not miss this opportunity. Liberia is positioned to become a gateway in West Africa. It sits strategically on the Atlantic corridor. With the right infrastructure, strategic planning, and policy consistency, Liberia can host regional routes, attract private sector operators, and serves as a vital link between West Africa and the rest of the world. This is where Bagasso plays a critical role. As a regional safety oversight organization of the Banjul Accord Group, Bagasso mandate is clear: assist our member states, including Liberia, in building, strengthening, and sustaining effective safety oversight system. Bagasso provides technical assistance, coordinates inspector training, conducts safety audits, facilitates peer reviews, and promotes regulatory harmonization aligned with ICAO Global Aviation Safety Plan and the Abuja safety targets. Bagasso technical assistance helps to strengthen safety and security oversight capabilities in compliance with ICAO standards and recommended practices. Our primary emphasis lies in sustainability, which encompasses supporting Liberia and all other member states in the development of proficient and skilled inspectors, effective safety and security oversight systems, and a robust safety culture. Through Bagasso, Liberia benefits from a network of regional expertise, shared resources, and strategic guidance. Our goal is not to replace national oversight, but to reinforce it. Bagasso has actively engaged and will continue to maintain a close collaboration with the Liberia Civil Aviation Authority to enhance internal capacity, improve safety performance indicator, and ensure compliance with ICAO standard. In conclusion, I respectfully urge the government of Liberia to elevate civil aviation to a national priority, prioritize it in the national budget, embed it in economic and social policies, make deliberate long-term investments in the Liberia Civil Aviation Authority, airport infrastructures, and who make safe and efficient air travel possible. Bagasso stands ready to work with the government of Liberia, with the Liberia Civil Aviation Authority, and with all stakeholders here present to build a safer, stronger, and more connected aviation system. Ones that deliver real results for the Liberian people. Let me this awareness week a turning point. Let's use this moment to translate awareness into investment, and investment into tangible results. Let us connect Liberia through the power of aviation. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Silva. When I call on Costella Sassi, who is the representative from the African Development Bank.
Madam Esther Saki,
Thank you.
representing
Madam Minister of State, representing His Excellency, President Joseph Wakai, to the Minister of Transport, and to the Director General of the LCAA, to our international guests and platform guests, other government officials here present, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the officer in charge of the African Development Bank, Liberia Country Office, I am delighted to represent the African Development Bank at this aviation awareness program. As Liberia's road network steadily expands, with road projects currently forming the largest share of the bank's portfolio, we recognize that true national and regional connectivity also relies on safe, reliable airways. Aviation can shorten travel times, attract investments, and open new markets for Liberian businesses and tourism. At the African Development Bank, this year, we have begun preparing our 5-year country strategy paper that will govern our engagement and activities with Liberia up to 2030. During our country strategy paper scoping mission in February this year, we engaged the government, the Ministry of Finance, and carried out a series of stakeholder discussions. And as part of the transport sector engagement, we met with the Honorable Minister of Transport and his team, and more recently, we were able to have a discussion with the Liberia Civil Aviation Authority. These discussions have begun mapping the sector's challenges, and more importantly, its opportunities. Today's program strengthens that dialogue. Your insights on the sector's priorities, constraints, and potential partnerships will help us identify where the African Development Bank's support could add the greatest value, whether through policy advice, project preparation, or future financing. I congratulate the Liberia Aviation Authority for convening this timely forum and reaffirm the bank's openness to continued collaboration as we explore how aviation can complement Liberia's growing transport network and drive inclusive economic growth. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Madam Sassi. I will now have remarks by Mr. Ali Mamadou Dia, the branch of the UN Resident Coordinator. Mr. Dia.
Thank you, Honorable Minister of State, representing His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Liberia, Honorable Minister of Transport, my brother, Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, aviation professionals, ladies and gentlemen. Morning. It's really hard for me to represent the UN Resident Coordinator, Madam Christine Motoni, who is away from the country. It's a pleasure to speak here today during the Liberia Aviation Week, which is for us as the UN a celebration of progress, of possibilities, and purpose in African aviation. As my sister from Sierra Leone has said, we are not here just to talk about planes and runways. We are talking about opportunity. opportunity about how aviation can bring Africa closer together, create jobs for our youth, boost our economies, and help us meet the ambitious goal we have under the Africa Free Trade and the Agenda 2026 to dream of the African Union, as well as the Sustainable Development Goals. Let's be honest here. African aviation is full of potential, we all know that. But that potential is still underused. Today, it is still easy to fly from West Africa to Europe than it is to fly to a neighboring country. I'm from Senegal. Whenever I fly from Monrovia to Dakar, I spend almost 10 hours. I have to go either through Morocco, through Abidjan, or through Lomé, where Dakar is 1 hour, 30 minutes from Monrovia. It takes me 10 hours. I think we need to do something about it. So our skies remain fragmented. Our coasts are still very high. I'm speaking as a passenger here. When you buy a ticket to go to Guinea-Conakry, which is 1 hour from here, it's almost $1,000. So our costs are very high, and our intra-African connectivity remains very low. That must change. The African continental free trade area is the biggest free trade zone in the world. By number of countries, but without air connectivity, the benefit of the African free trade will be stuck on paper. We need to connect cities, markets, and people. Aviation can stitch this continent together, faster than roads, across borders, and across territories. If we fully implement the single African air transport market, we can open our skies to African airlines, drive competition, lower ticket prices, and move goods and people more efficiently. Let's stop thinking of airspace as a barrier to protect and start treating it as a platform for cooperation between African countries. Aviation is not just about pilots and airports, as I said earlier, paraphrasing my sister from Sierra Leone. It's engineers, logistic managers, and security staff. IT also. It's about experts, culture, tourism, agriculture, and I go on. Every new airline route creates a ripple effect of employment. Every new maintenance center, every aviation training academy is a job creation machine for our youth. Let's invest in our people through training programs. Technical activity is sector for us. We must build it ourselves. Whether it's transporting vaccines, supporting peace missions, or anything food during crisis, aviation saves lives. It connects remote mobility to the rest of the continent. and it shortens the distance between development and those who need it most. Let us integrate aviation into our global development planning, not as an add-on, but as a core component of how we deliver healthcare, education, trade, and services. Colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, to meet the targets of the Agenda 2063, we need serious capital. Aviation infrastructure is expensive, you all know, but the returns are even greater. Airports are not just terminals, they are economic zones. Let's create the right conditions to attract private